I want to do a follow-up to the recent video. Body camera shows Ohio cops taking NewsNation reporter down for no reason. And I want to thank KGB Inc., who said the man in fatigues is Major General, because I said in the video I didn't know who the bald-headed guy was. He says the man in fatigues is Major General John Harris of the Ohio National Guard. He gave his statement afterwards, try not to laugh. So I went and looked for this, and I want to show you this news report right here, and then I want to show you Harris's statement, and I want to show you what the Military Times said about Harris's statement. Remember, this guy is an adjutant military general. He's a major general for the Ohio National Guard. Listen to this.
Nation is getting answers from the Pentagon, Ohio's National Guard, and the state's governor after the arrest of NewsNation correspondent Evan Lambert. Now, Evan was reporting on the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, when he was told to stop by the head of the state's National Guard, Major General John Harris. And the general later claimed that he put his hands up to block Evan, but police body cam video shows it is Harris escalating the situation. We've also just learned that due to the involvement of local and state agencies, the case, which still includes 2 misdemeanor charges against Evan, has been referred to the Ohio Attorney General's office. Correspondent Kelly Meyer joining us live. And Kelly, you just asked the Pentagon about the...
By the way, those charges have since been dropped. This report was on February 9th.
General's role in all of this.
Yeah, Natasha, that's right, because as much as this is a state issue and the general is politically appointed by the governor of Ohio, the National Guard is also part of the Army. We pressed the Pentagon how they feel about the 2-star general's behavior.
Charges are you right now? I am allowed to be here.
This is the moment a 2-star general overseeing the Ohio National Guard appears to escalate a verbal dispute with NewsNation reporter Evan Lambert at a press conference, shoving a finger into Lambert's chest.
He was the initiator of the aggression. The Ohio State troopers were initiators of aggression. Lambert's just like, hey, I'm just here doing my job. There was a lot of finger pointing going on, but Harris actually put his finger onto the chest of Lambert.
This part of the video has no sound.
Right
National Guard Major General John Harris is appointed by the governor of Ohio to lead the state's National Guard. NewsNation pressed the Pentagon on Harris's behavior.
But do you, as a spokesperson for the Department of Defense, condone such conduct by a commissioned officer of the U.S. military against an American journalist?
Yeah, so let me be clear. The answer is no. That's not acceptable behavior. And
why is it not acceptable? Because you don't put your hand on somebody when they don't want your hand on them.
Behavior. The Secretary of Defense, the Department of Defense absolutely supports, strongly supports a free and independent press.
That's a lot. The Pentagon does not want a free and independent press. They want corporate media. They want CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra media. Why? Because they operate as the propaganda arm for the military-industrial complex. So, of course, the Pentagon wants corporate press covering things, and NewsNation is corporate press. But they don't want independent journalists actually reporting the truth. However, this NewsNation article and the militarytimes.com does a fairly decent job reporting on this situation and getting the truth out.
So again, I'd refer you to the Ohio National Guard for any comments about that particular incident, but I can assure you that that is not acceptable behavior.
Harris serves as the principal advisor to Governor Mike DeWine on all National Guard activity. Governor DeWine responding to the body cam video saying while it does not show the full interaction between the two, the body cam video seems to be consistent with both Mr. Lambert's and Major General Harris's statements.
That is absolutely not true. And the Military Times presses DeWine's press secretary on this statement
regarding their recollections of the incident. The video does not seem to contradict either person's statements.
The video totally contradicts Major General Harris's statement.
But prior to the video's release, DeWine said that prohibiting Lambert from reporting was wrong.
The reporter had every right to broadcast. No one should have said anything to the reporter about whether he was loud or not loud.
Harris claims he, quote, was convinced Lambert would do harm to him, instinctively putting his hands on his chest to keep him from bumping into Harris.
I feared for my life. I mean, Lambert was a bigger guy than me, and I just felt like I had to do something.
Nation, it's all being recorded right now.
This is horrible.
Now Lambert faces a charge of resisting arrest and criminal trespassing. Charges, his attorney says, is, quote, a futile attempt by law enforcement to justify their inexcusable interference with Mr. Lambert performing his duties as a journalist.
But they dropped those charges quick for him. They won't be dropping those charges so quick for you. But I want to show you, this is from the Military Times right here. It says Ohio National Guard boss under scrutiny over altercation with reporter. And I'm just going to read some of this to you because it's pretty interesting how the Military Times does a fairly decent job reporting the truth on this. The head of Ohio's National Guard is under scrutiny after the release of the video that appears to show him pushing a reporter Wednesday during a broadcast of a speech by Governor Mike DeWine, contradicting a statement the general made about the altercation. Good job, Military Times. Army Major General John Harris, Ohio's adjutant general, which means he's a general in an administrative capacity, had claimed that he put his hands up to avoid the reporter bumping into him. But the video aired Thursday by NewsNation appears to show Harris initiating the altercation. You don't say. So a major general actually lied in his statement. And crap flows which way? Downhill. A stream rises no higher than its source. Harris is the source for the Ohio National Guard. Ohio State Highway Patrol body camera footage released by the cable television network shows Harris moving toward Lambert as he records his report, poking his left hand into Lambert's chest and pushing him backward. Yes, that is what the video showed. An Ohio law enforcement officer then proceeds to separate Harris, apparently to try to de-escalate the situation. That's a rare occurrence for a trooper to try to de-escalate anything, but you know why they were doing that. So that they could save Major General Harris's bacon. In a statement, Harris told NewsNation he reflexively raised his hands to Lambert's chest. He is a much larger person than I am. At that point, I was convinced he was prepared to do harm to me, and I feared for my life. I instinctively put my hands on his chest to keep him from bumping into me. Almost like he was going, oh, no, hey, come on. Let's calm down. Let's settle down. Let's de-escalate this. No, he was advancing toward him in an aggressive manner, pointing his finger into Lambert's chest. I instinctively put my hands on his chest to keep him from bumping into me, which I felt was inevitable if I had not protected myself. I immediately removed my hands when there was space between us. We were in contact for less than a second. And check out what the Military Times, bravo to them. Listen to what they said. His statement contradicts the video, which appears to show him seeking out a stationary Lambert, raising his hand and pushing him backward as he speaks to him. Governor DeWine is aware of this. This is what DeWine's press secretary, Dan Tierney, said. Governor DeWine is aware of this body cam footage. While the video does not show the complete interaction between Mr. Lambert and Major General Harris, the video is consistent with both Lambert's and Harris's statement regarding the incident. That's an impossibility because Lambert had a completely different story than Harris. Lambert was saying, yeah, he aggressed against me, and Harris was like, no, I just put my hands up because I feared for my life. The video cuts away for a split second as Harris walks toward Lambert, then moves back to the altercation as Harris pushes Lambert. Asked to clarify how Harris's statement of putting up his hands in self-defense is consistent with the video of him poking his hands into Lambert's chest, Tierney said the statement reflected how Harris felt during the interaction. So he says, hey, there's no contradiction between what the video shows and what Harris's and Lambert's testimony is. And now he's saying, well, that's just how Harris felt. So that makes everything true and accurate and right and noble. It's just that is politics right there, guys. Politics is the clever and deceptive art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to dupe average people into accepting and even demanding the chains of their own enslavement. This guy is a major general, and all you know what flows downhill. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give this video a like, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget to add comments to the comment section because it helps me overcome the algorithm, and I'll see you guys in the next video.